Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
Well, now, some of us actually getting a little sunshine right now, but we have cooler and breezier weather coming our way and even some lake effect snow showers. Tell you about it in just a few.
Plus, outbursts at the Joe as singer Trey Songz is now awaiting arraignment after being arrested for destroying the stage following his performance at the Joe last night. But first, an out-of-control car slams into gas pumps on Detroit's west side, and as you can see, it's all caught on the gas station surveillance camera. Good Thursday afternoon to you. I'm Rhonda Walker. Thank you so much for joining us for Local 4 News at noon. So there is a pretty big mess there at that Sunoco gas station on West McNichols near Telegraph. Police say about 1:30 this morning, a driver lost control and slammed right into the gas pumps. Our Kim DeJolio has been live on the scene all morning long, practically since it happened. Talk us through how this driver lost control in the first place.
Good morning, or good afternoon, Rhonda. And yes, what happened was he swerved. He was actually trying to avoid a collision with another vehicle who ran a red light. And that's when Nori Ghazali, who was working at this Sunoco gas station, heard a very loud noise. Again, this gas station is on West McNichols between Telegraph and Beach Daily. And that's when he heard that big loud noise and saw that car hit those gas pumps.
It just happened so quick. As soon as I heard the loud bang, I look up right away and I see a car flipping over, hitting two gas pumps.
In the car was a 35-year-old man who was crossing the intersection of West McNichols and 5 Points when suddenly a vehicle at that intersection ran a red, causing the man to swerve to avoid a crash. But the driver lost control.
He said that he was preventing a car coming up 5 Points, making a left towards Beach Daily as he's coming down West McNichols. So he tried to prevent hitting that car.
The car spiraled out of control, hitting these gas pumps. But as soon as Nori Ghazali saw what happened, he knew exactly what to do.
Turned off and closed the gas fuel lines to prevent any fuel leaks happening. And from there, I called 911 and the EMS came and firefighters came very quick.
Cleaning up the damage of this crash will be tough. But Fauzi Al-Gahim from IBB Petroleum Services says that Nori's quick reaction was very smart.
That was a great job from him to shut it down quickly because it could be way more damage than this. I mean, this is a big damage, but it could be worse than that. With 3 pumps hit at the same time, with the car flying, it could be, a big mess.
Shortly after the crash, the police and ambulance arrived on the scene and took the man in the vehicle to the hospital.
Now, as hard as it is to believe, that man is completely fine. He walked right out of the car without a single scratch, so he is certainly counting his blessings this morning. He is at the hospital right now, but police say that after he is done being at the hospital, he will be arrested because he was driving on a suspended license. Reporting on the west side of Detroit, I'm Kim DeJulio, Local 4. Back to you.
All right, Kim, thank you. And over to the city's east side this noon, a police investigation continues after a deadly head-on crash between an SUV and a DDOT bus. This happened around 6:30 this morning on Gratiot Avenue in Jane. Police say that the SUV was traveling northbound when it crashed head-on into that bus, which was in the far right lane. The man driving that SUV was killed. 5 passengers were treated for minor injuries that were on board that bus. We want to switch gears here and talk to Paul about the forecast. As we kind of look outside, things are just kind of gloomy. We don't have any snow on the ground anymore, and we could probably use a fresh coating just to pretty things up a little bit.
Sorry, that's not happening. But we do have a few peaks of sun right now.
That's
good.
Actually
was not expected, actually. We expected to stay pretty cloudy today, but we'll show you temperatures now, how they are responding, because look at that. Metro Airport now up to 41 degrees. That's right, 41 degrees. City Airport is at 38. Grosse Ile is at 40, 39 in Monroe, 39 in Ann Arbor. And then you get a little further north where there's more in the way of cloud cover, 37 in Lapeer, 36 in Port Huron, and still 33 degrees over in Sandusky. But it is a breezy day out there. The average wind speed right now is anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour. Some of you a little bit above that, some of you a little bit below that. But overall, you'll notice the breeze when you go out. And once we lose that sunshine, for those of you that have it, it's going to feel pretty brisk out there. The sun obviously does help, takes a bit of an edge off of things. Let me show you the computer model now. So the computer model is showing, again, there's no snow or anything going on out here to the west, but I want you to watch this here. Look at this explosion right there. We see the lake effect just develops over the next couple, 3 hours, and then some of those will start breaking off and coming across to the eastern part of the state. We're not talking about massive amounts of snow or anything. It's just Here and there, some snow showers. You run into one, and then 5 minutes later, it's gone type of thing. But if you're driving out here, this is travel trouble. This here is whiteout conditions. So again, if you're driving west today, I want you to be aware of this, and that includes 94 going down around toward the South Bend area. Those are nasty snow squalls. This stuff all starts to diminish tonight. You folks in Lenawee County be the last ones to see them diminish. And then look at that, by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, just a mostly cloudy to partly cloudy sky and not a whole lot going on. So for this afternoon, again, these peaks of sun, an average temperature in the upper 30s. Again, some of you will make the low 40s, but we have more travel trouble to talk about on the East Coast, and I have some new model data to talk about the New Year's Eve weekend weather. We'll do that in a minute, but don't forget, you can always get the 4-zone forecast on clickondetroit.com. Just go to the weather page, click on the 4-zone weather tab. Rhonda?
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Paul. Well, singer Trey Songz is now facing legal troubles following his arrest after his concert at Joe Louis Arena last night. According to Detroit police, Songz became outraged when he ran out of performance time and was asked to get off of the stage around 11:30 last night. Police say that the 32-year-old then started throwing microphones, speakers, and other stage equipment around. Songz was arrested for resisting arrest and also malicious destruction of property. Engineers say that it could take up to 1 year before repairs on a massive sinkhole in Fraser will be complete. Right now, crews are trying to get to that sewer line that is at the center of the whole problem. It's an 11-foot pipe that's 45 feet underground. The pipe is cracked and it's leaking raw sewage, which caused the ground to erode and that sinkhole to open up. The sinkhole has forced families from 22 different homes to evacuate. The home closest to that hole that's beginning to start sinking into the ground will have to be demolished. Family members tell us that they hope that they can get back into their homes one more time to get what memories they can.
Everything my parents have had is down that basement. Every memory they've had of their life is in that basement. It's very difficult for anybody.
We certainly feel for this family. Engineers tell us that they hope to get the affected families back into their homes by January 9th. Over in Plymouth, neighbors are outraged after 19 puppies were found abandoned in a park and not taken to a shelter instead. Julie Newman, who normally jogs each morning with her dog, says that she saw the box and heard a little yelping from it. And that's when she peeked in, and that's where she found those 19 puppies. Newman, who also volunteers at the Humane Society, immediately knew what to do, took the puppies to the shelter. The Humane Society now hopes for tips leading to the person who abandoned the dogs, but soon they will be available for adoption. President-elect Donald Trump has tapped into Detroit once again, bringing on a local pastor to give the benediction at this January's presidential inauguration. Bishop Wayne T. Jackson of Great Faith Ministries International made headlines, you may remember, back in September when he asked Donald Trump to be a guest at his Sunday services. Trump did accept the invitation and also later sat down for a one-on-one interview with Bishop Jackson. Now he has invited the bishop to take part in that inauguration, something Bishop Jackson told us he is very honored by.
It was a mind-blowing experience, and to be given the benediction, after everything is said and done, I'm pretty much the last voice.
Bishop Jackson says that he's already written the benediction and says that it's going to include something, talks about love, also unity, togetherness, as well as healing. Next here on Local 4 News at noon on your Thursday, the loss of a legend. Many continue to mourn the unexpected death of Debbie Reynolds. What police say caused her death and why her son says that Carrie Fisher's death has something to do with it. Plus, John Kerry continues to fight for peace in Israel. What he says could put it all in jeopardy. And it's too much tweeting from Donald Trump. What the president-elect had to say about Israel and President Obama that now has him backpedaling. We'll explain. Welcome back, everybody. Today, fans and supporters continue to mourn the tragic death of Hollywood legend Debbie Reynolds. Her passing was confirmed by her son on Wednesday, just one day after Reynolds' daughter, Star Wars actress Carrie Fisher, passed away. Law enforcement sources are saying that police responded to her son's Beverly Hills home after someone called 911 reporting a possible stroke. Reynolds' own son says that Carrie Fisher's death was just too much for her mother to handle. Reynolds was 84 years old. Secretary of State John Kerry is strongly defending America's commitment to Israel in what was likely his final speech as head of the State Department. Just days after the U.S. abstained from United Nations vote on settlements, Kerry called on Israelis and Palestinians to negotiate a peace plan that includes the two states. Kerry fired back at the Israeli government for reportedly trying to get President-elect Donald Trump to intervene in the UN vote. And Donald Trump fired off a new storm of tweets, and Trump remains at his Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida and continues the transition meetings there. But he did find time on Wednesday to condemn last week's UN resolution to halt the Israeli settlements. He also accused President Obama of making inflammatory statements and transition roadblocks. Trump later said that he spoke with President Obama on the phone and said that the transition is going smoothly. Over in New York City, officials will announce how they plan to keep people safe during the New Year's Eve festivities there. The New York Mayor, Bill de Blasio, and Police Commissioner James O'Neill will hold a press conference to discuss safety and security preparedness for the festivities. Around 1 million people are expected to be in Times Square all at once to ring in the new year. Officials have already said large bags will not be permitted and manhole covers will be sealed shut in the area. In consumer news this noon, there were a lot of apples under the Christmas tree this year. It appears that Apple dominated holiday device activations. According to research firm Flurry, 44% of devices activated during the holidays were made by Apple. The second most activated was Samsung with 21% of activations. And that's despite the massive recall of Samsung's Galaxy Note 7 earlier this year. So both companies did quite well. You may want to cover your child's ears about this one. It's just a little secret we want to share with you. Netflix is once again helping parents fool their kids on New Year's Eve. The streaming video giant has launched a whole new set of New Year's Eve on-demand countdowns to the new year. The countdowns will make it possible for parents to let their kids ring in the new year a little earlier than midnight, so that the parents can celebrate in a more adult fashion after they're sleeping. The countdowns are available now on Netflix and can be used whenever you like. There's more to come here on Local 4 News at noon. The new year is quickly approaching, and you know what that means. Resolutions. And for those looking to make a transformation of your bodies in 2017, we're going to show you the best apps to help you get and stay on track.
I know a lot of people that would like to make a transformation to June weather, but you know, we're stuck. Yeah, we are. Yeah, Rhonda. Yeah, we're stuck with this for a while. We've had some breaks in the overcast, so we have some sun, but there is a lot more cloud cover coming in, and there's going to be some lake effect snow developing and more cold air coming in. We have all sorts of stuff in the forecast, actually. I have your New Year's Eve forecast with some details coming up in just a bit.
Visit Suburban.
All right, well, let's get you going here at noon. Well, look at that, 41 degrees at Metro Airport, but that's because we've had some breaks, and you can even see on our Skycam, maybe if you look carefully, see a few little peaks of blue there. But yeah, we got a west wind at 21 miles per hour, so that's going to put a little bite in the air, knock about 10 degrees off that temperature, and that's what the wind chill is. You don't really see those little breaks here in the satellite composite. You can see more in the way of clearing that took place in the southwestern part of the state, but this is really the core of the cold air coming in, and once that crosses the lake, we're going to see this afternoon a pretty good expansion and development of the lake effect snow. One other area of note is travel trouble on the East Coast. If you're planning this afternoon to fly into New York, Providence, Boston, those areas, pounding rain, busy airports, and that means that there are going to be delays there. And this part of New England up here, upstate New York, into parts of Vermont, New Hampshire, they're looking at possibly a foot or two of snow. All right, so we're going to talk about this afternoon here, and here's the lake effect developing. I'm going to take you all the way through New Year's Eve here, so just kind of stay with me here. So the lake effect starts to kind of break off in some snow showers across the state. So that's a late afternoon, early evening thing. And then as we move through the night, what we're going to see is this stuff kind of gradually diminish. And by tomorrow, no snow showers, just mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies. A little high passing to our south will try to give us some sunshine tomorrow. All right, now let's take you into Saturday morning. Nothing going on, just mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies. Now here comes this front, not a powerful one, but notice a little teeny stripe of rain right there in the middle of the afternoon. This is at 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon, so we could get a little shower there. But then the front passes through. New Year's Eve itself is dry, and then as we get into the day on Sunday, we're really dry. This is a big travel day, by the way, with New Year's Eve being on a weekend. Sunday, it's going to be a huge travel day, people trying to get home. And here, at least in our region, not a whole lot going on, so that's pretty good news. So let's check out the numbers for you. Get a few peaks of sun this afternoon, but those are going to fill in, and kind of an average high of 39 degrees. There'll be a few of you that'll be a couple of degrees above that, a few of you will be a couple of degrees below that, with that west wind at 15 to 25. And don't forget, don't be surprised if you see a few snow showers later in the afternoon and into the evening hours. It shouldn't be a problem, but if you're driving to the western part of the state, watch the radar on our free local forecasters app, because that is going to show you where those things are developing. So 25 the overnight low tonight as the snow showers diminish. Temperature-wise, we're just going up and down. We're down to 30 tomorrow with a brisk, chilly day, up to 39 on Saturday, down to 34 on Sunday, 40s early next week with rain coming in. Yeah, rain, maybe an inch of rain Monday afternoon through Tuesday morning, Rhonda.
All right, Paul, thank you. It's New Year's resolution time again, and that means a lot of people are turning to thoughts of a healthier lifestyle, maybe a smaller waistline. So we're here to show you 3 apps that can really help you get fit and stay fit.
Pact uses cold, hard cash to motivate you to hit the gym. Form a pact for health, either to work out a certain number of times per week or to eat right. Fall short and you'll be charged a minimum of $5. Succeed and you get a cut of the pot. Settings can be adjusted to increase fitness level. And don't worry, there are ways to get out of the so-called pact temporarily or permanently. It's free for iOS and Android. FitStar. It gives personalized programs for losing weight and gaining strength, offering a variety of workouts added monthly in HD video. FitStar's dynamic programs continually adjust to your feedback, your goals, and capabilities. Just like a personal trainer, and FitStar constantly brings new moves and sessions to keep things fun. Free for iOS and Android with premium features available for purchase. Gymaholic. It uses 3D animations to make exercise demos jump off the screen. The app tracks details such as heart rate, calories, and rest time. You can set Gymaholic to automatically increase your workouts, add photos, track body measurements, and weight to document your progress. The app is free for iOS and Android with some premium features that are available for purchase.
Now all you have to do is download them. Good luck, everybody. Still ahead, China's latest development in engineering may leave you a little dizzy. When we come back, we're going to show you quite the walk across what's breaking records as the world's tallest bridge.
If you're in an accident.
Welcome back, everybody. In today's Buzz, China is taking drivers to new heights.
Look at this. That's with the world's highest bridge opening in southwest China today. Take a look. The new bridge has the height equivalent of a 200-story building and sits more than 1/3 of a mile above a valley. Ugh.
Pretty unbelievable. The bridge links 2 provinces there and is now considered to have the highest vertical distance from the bridge's deck down to the ground or water surface beneath. It measures 4,400 feet long. Construction began in 2013, costing about $150 million. Pretty impressive.
Wow.
I still think our Mackinac Bridge is pretty impressive, too.
I think it's very impressive, not to mention the Ambassador Bridge.
Yes, that's very
But
true.
the Mackinac is, that's an amazing engineering feat, and we were talking during the commercial break, how do they build this stuff?
I know, it's pretty impressive. Got to be an engineer to figure it out. Have a good day, everybody.